G'day, this is Shane. This is part two of how to create a ping pong game with generative AI in Copilot within 5 minutes. Well, it's probably now going to be like 10 minutes because this is part two. So I'm going to give you a few more tips and tricks here. Let me just share my screen and we'll begin. Just drag me over here, give it a minute. We'll zoom to enter my desktop. Right. So as you can see here you got your Visual Studio Basic, Visual Studio Code from Microsoft, which is your workbench. Basically, it's your integrated development environment, which is your workbench for developing applications. I've done a couple new things here. So the first thing I've done here is I've sectioned the code. So each code includes each part of the section of the code. Includes a start section and an end section. This makes it much easier for quickly referencing into points of the code. So such here, for example, we've got section 3, which is for your drawing functions start, and section 3 for drawing functions end. I find this useful because when you ask AI, okay, I want to add a new feature into my game, it's going to give you the code, but hardly it really tells you which line number to use. It's like, okay, what line number do I need to update? So by using sections instead, you can just say, okay, I want to update the drawing functions, for example, and then draw a new line or text or whatnot. Can you update section 3 and provide the new updated section? And AI will do that. Now, what I've also done here, I think it's section 5.1, is I had a little issue where the AI kept on hitting the ball. It was not competitive. So I added this section here. What this does, it uses a random mathematical number. So it's either a number between 1 to, it basically uses a random number range. So if the number's a low value, like 1 or 2, the AI's reaction time is slow and it's going to probably miss the ball. But if the value is like, say, like 12 or whatnot, the AI is probably going to hit the ball. This is done by taking a random the reaction time equals a random math number times by 5 plus 1. Now, if you edit this range, say if I change that 5 to like a 20, the AI is going to move very fast and it's always going to hit the ball. So I found the magic number is 5 plus 1. That way the AI still is competitive, but does make a little bit of does have a slower reaction time at times. So this reaction time updates every frame. Let me show you how it updates every frame. So we're going to open up the game here. Give it a minute to load. It's not working. I think I broke it in troubleshooting. Let me just, oh yeah, I got to save it. Hold up. Let me save it because I made some changes, and we open it. Give it a bit. There we go. All right. That ball's moving very fast. Now, if you watch, this AI system is going to miss the ball sometimes, but other times it's going to hit the ball. So, as you can see, it's becoming more competitive. That's the random number at play. Now, as you can see, there's still a few glitches in here. Again, this game has been generated by AI with my input of how I like the game to be designed. AI makes mistakes. But then it's up to the human to tidy up the rest of the code to fix up the mistakes of the AI system. So, of course, AI is not perfect, but it does do quite a bit of the work, but it does not do all the work. So, see, as you can see, the paddle's moving a little bit slowly. Now, let me show you the reaction time. So I use the console. This is built into every web browser. I'm just going to right-click and open up Inspect. Give it a minute. I'm going to go to the console. As you can see here, I got it printing the output constantly. Now, when I do release this game, I'm probably going to turn this off, so it saves the memory of the system. But as you can see here, every time a frame changes, it's updating the reaction time. Printing into the console. That's tip number 1. Printing into a console. will actually, you know, it can help you with debugging and seeing what's going behind the scenes of your game. Right here. Now, let me show you how to troubleshoot an error. Let me just move this. This zoom thing up here is in the way. You probably can't see it, but this zoom taskbar constantly gets in the way, which is annoying. Anyway, I digress. Let me exit out of this game. Now I'm just gonna break the game. So see this here, line 76 function update. I'm going to delete this little curly bracket. Then I'm going to save it. This is going to break the game, and I'm doing this on purpose to show you how to troubleshoot. So now I'm going to launch this again. It's not going to work. Oh, what's going on here? The game's not working. Oh, how do I find out what's going on? Instead of yelling at the AI system, maybe I can do some investigation myself. Let me show you how to do that. You right click, and you again select inspect. Now you're going to notice over here straight away there's a little one with a little red exclamation point here, and it's already telling you the error there. Let me show you how to get to the error, however, via the top button here. So I'm just going to go to console, and I'm looking at the errors here. See this little errors tab here? I'm going to click on the errors tab, and it's going to tell you there's an uncaught syntax error, there's a missing curly bracket before the function body. And it gives me more information here. It's the errors at the pong.js file on line 78. I don't know what that 5 is. I'm assuming that's some, you know, number 5 in the code. I don't know what that 5 is. And I click on that, it just brings up the actual JavaScript file. Let's go back though. So with this error, we know it's telling you it's missing one of these curly brackets, and it's missing that at line 78. So I'm going to go back to line 78 of the code, which is here. It's not completely accurate because I removed that there. Anyway, it's telling you it's missing an if in the function anyway. So if you just look at the function needs a curly bracket to enclose the function. So let me just, oh blimey, add that function in again. Oh, if you do a shift, it just adds 2. Just wants to encapsulate it. So as you can see here, that's the function, and the function ends all the way down here. So that's basically, you need curly brackets when you're programming. So let's see that encapsulates one function from here, that curly bracket here, and that curly bracket down here encapsulates our entire function. So if I save that now, and I click save, and I'll go back to the game. And as you can see now, the game does work. So yeah, that's what I've done today. Pretty much I've sectioned the code. Tip number 1 is section your code. So include your code has a start section and a end section. And it's indexed by numbers. Now, when you add new sections into your code, put a decimal point into the actual section number. Let me show you what I mean by that, so you don't get confused. All right, have a look at here. When I first generated this code, it had 8 sections. So it went from section 1 to section 8, the end of section 8. As you can see, section 8, game loop start, ends at section 8. But what happens if you want to add a new section in there and you already have your sections indexed? Well, you use decimal points. So when I had AI saying, okay, AI, I want you to include a new section to have a random value where the AI can miss the ball or hit the ball, determined by a random value. I asked it, can you include that in a new section followed by a decimal point? So that way it tells you straight away, okay, you want to put this section, new section, just under section 5. So it called it section 5.1. Because the order of your code is actually, it's very important, because what a computer will do, it will read the code from the top to bottom, which is usually why with other programming languages like Python and that, you got to define your functions. And yeah, anyway, enjoying my rice cake. I'm probably going to go play some basketball. But yeah, this is part number 2. Just to repeat myself, Tip number 1, always section your code. And tip number 2, make use of the developer tab to view your console outputs and errors, for example. Rightio. Have a good one. Let's stop this.